Another training camp practice officially in the books for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson back out here getting more and more acclimated, but also less limited, getting more throws in with the first team in 7-on-7s. We got to see more out of Justin Fields and some young players really starting to stand out, including a second-year tight end having a couple of big plays today as well. Now, before we jump into all the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations, I need you guys to do me a big favor and go follow all of the Steelers media members on X, guys. I promise. The media team wasn't allowed to film too much of practice today, so the first 2 minutes are going to be from today, and then the rest are going to be a combination of yesterday and today as well. So make sure you guys keep that in mind when watching these videos, that not all of the highlights are from today. It's more just to keep you updated with the news and the notes as well. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk about a couple of big players from today. One, Justin Fields looked amazing at some areas, did throw another interception, but overall had another consistent day. You know, outside of the original opening practice 7-on-7s, they struggled in that portion, but after that, the offense really started to get their feet underneath them. Darnell Washington, the second-year tight end, had a really good day, looking like he could be a dog for this football team. I mean, massive human being, can be a really good blocker, but also once he gets the football in his hands, he is a guy who can make anything happen at any given time. So I'm excited for him. And then the last guy is Patrick Queen, fitting right into this Pittsburgh Steelers defense alongside guys like TJ Watt, Landon Roberts. Peyton Wilson is another newcomer. They did sign Marcus Golden, release David Perales, I believe his name was, after the injury. So they have more depth along the edge now with TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, who has been putting in a ton of work with James Harrison, by the way. Stood out today in practice. Nick Herbig, we'll talk about him a little bit later. Marcus Golden, Karan Johnson, Jeremiah Moon, as well as some UDFA rookies. Now, those are your three stars of practice: Justin Fields, Darnell Washington, Patrick Queen. All these guys looked really, really good throughout practice today. Now, Fields, like I said before, did throw an interception at practice to Thomas Graham Jr. And you know what's interesting is this DB room is very versatile, man. I mean, every single day, it seems like we're talking about a new guy, right? Whether it be Beanie Bishop or Graylen Arnold or Thomas Graham, all three of these guys in the nickel have been looking good. And we just have to keep that 100, right? We got to be honest with ourselves, right? Now, another very interesting point of today's practice, Cordell Patterson had a helmet on, wasn't practicing, but is ramping up. Cameron Sutton was working primarily with the safeties today. I don't really know what that means. Is he going to be a full-time safety? I don't know. You have Deshaun Elliott, you have Minka Fitzpatrick, DeMonte Casey, Ryan Watts. Is he going to be there? A safety for them? I'm a little bit confused. I thought he would be a slot, but we'll see how that progresses. Remember, he is suspended for a little bit. But yeah, Thomas Graham did receive the interception. Or I guess not receive it, but intercept the ball from Justin Fields. Russell Wilson was, again, a full participant in 7-on-7s. He had a nasty ball, guys, a beautiful ball to Van Jefferson for a massive gain. Joey Porter Jr. was in coverage, very good coverage as well. Russell Wilson just put it on the money. Now, we did have some more plays from Justin Fields. His first play was a throwaway after great coverage down the field. Next play, Fields got Gary Payton. I don't know why I just said Gary Payton. George Pickens for a short gain with Beanie in coverage. Next play, Jackson falls down and Fields finds Jefferson for a big gain down the field. So that was beautiful to see. Kyle Allen got some reps as well, finding Warren for a short gain. And then, the pocket collapsed. And then Joey Porter Jr. had a PBU. What else do we have here? We saw Russell Wilson continuing to take more and more of those 7-on-7 reps. He had another bomb to Calvin Austin III, but he actually dropped it, dude. It was put on the money. It was put on a poo-poo platter, and Calvin just couldn't come down with it. He's been a guy that's been looking good throughout camp with his route running ability. Just gotta, get those catches, and man, he could be that number 3 wide receiver all year long. So hopefully he can ramp it up a little bit as time goes on. But overall, I actually did want to talk a little bit about today's first team, right? So usually when the Steelers open up practice, actually, hold on. Before we get into that, we're getting kind of far into this video. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Steelers every single day of training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you could think of. And we're going to be live streaming some Steelers games throughout the preseason on my Twitch. You can follow that. The link is in the description. And then breaking down film throughout preseason and regular season games as well. But let's get into some early 7-on-7s in the red zone. The first one was Fields to Washington for a touchdown. Nice job by Darnell Washington there. Second play was Fields incomplete to Warren. Great play by Pat Queen. And then another incompletion to Van Jefferson, deflected by Dante Jackson. Fields had a touchdown wide open to Jefferson in the middle of the end zone. Beautiful. Allen shovel pass in at the goal line fell short. Also had another incomplete to not even sure who it was, but I believe that Logan Lee got a PBU or like a hand on the ball. And then we had another Allen threw a ball too high to Michael Pruitt. Anthony Aver in coverage did not get it completed. So the defense won 5-2 in that specific drill. Definitely something to take note there. We got some 101s. Najee Harris again looking really good. Connor Hayward getting some big time catches. Let's see. Najee Harris got stuffed to the goal line by Larry O on one play. He did slip in the backfield as well. So Najee's been looking good throughout camp. Just maybe a tough day to date. DeMarvin Leal, I think is how you say his name. I said Leal in one video. I heard it's not Leal. DeMarvin Leal made another big time play. A TFL, got into a little bit of a scuffle with some of his teammates on the offensive side of the ball. But this dude is making his name felt, making his presence felt on this defensive line. You have guys like Larry O, Keanu Benson, Cam Hayward. But then number 2, I mean, there's maybe 2 guys actually. DeMarvin and then Montravius Adams have been really good throughout camp so far alongside that defensive line. That's definitely something to take note of. Now, I did say earlier that Cam Sutton was taking the majority of safety snaps today, but also I forgot to mention Minka was out today. So maybe that had something to do with it. Or if they're actually just trying to experiment what he can do at the safety position. Zach Frazier had a big day at the center position, opening up some big holes for the running backs, and that is huge. You really need him to have a big season. Him and Troy Fautano could be day 1 starters as rookies. Beanie Bishop had some good coverage plays today. I'm just really trying to figure out what else what did I forget to mention here today? TJ Watt smoked Broderick Jones. Probably had a sack on Fields if they were taking the quarterback down. Fields then finds Calvin Austin down the field for a nice gain. And then Warren had another big gain as well on the next play. So Fields looked good, man. Fields looked good outside those opening drills. That one intercepted by Thomas Graham. And a play, I think, during 7-on-7s to open up practice wasn't great, but overall, I thought Justin Fields was amazing today. When you look at today's standouts, let's just keep it real, man. We got Darnell Washington, Justin Fields, Patrick Queen looked good, Nick Herbig continuing to get better and better, like we said, James Washington, what am I talking about? James Harrison, coaching him up before or after practice yesterday. He definitely translated that into today's practice. Graylin Arnold and Thomas Graham, Beanie Bishop, all 3 slot corners making a bunch of plays. Corey Trice is another guy getting a ton of first-team reps with the DB unit. I forgot to mention him in all of these videos, but last year we know he was unbelievable. Yeah, Corey Trice is still good, man. Still very, very good. We actually ended off practice with some 2-minute drill. We found Justin Fields going a bullet to George Pickens over the middle with about 15 seconds left. He made the play over the middle with Patrick Queen in coverage, and he did come down to score as well. So ended off practice really, really good. But yeah, I'm going to come out and say it, man. Steelers are one of my dark horses this year. One of my dark horses this year. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the family. I know that I'm a little bit all over the place in these videos, but that's just how practice goes, man. So join the family. Let me know in the comments down below who are 2 players you're most excited to see in the preseason, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.